thank you for taking time out of your busy study schedules to listen to my speech today. So I took a trip to New York a couple months ago, and walking down the street, I saw posters on the wall maybe every couple of feet, and there were posters for movies and posters for art shows and posters for concerts. And some of the posters were very easy to read, and you could just see all the information straightforward. And then others just looked like people had printed out like 1,000 copies of their own artwork and just posted it. But it actually turned out that those were posters as well. It's important as college students to know about art and how poster art can relate to the culture of music. In my speech today, I will show you how poster art relates to music culture. I'm going to show you 3 posters today. The first poster will be of the Grateful Dead. The second poster will be from Modest Mouse, and the third poster will be from the Black Keys. That takes us to our first point. That's the Grateful Dead poster. So this poster was made in the 1970s, and during the 70s, the Vietnam War was happening, and according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, there were over 1 million deaths in this conflict on both sides, and civilians and soldiers. So it's appropriate that it's set at a graveyard. And then in the middle of it, we see that there's a peace sign and a mushroom cloud in the eyes of the skull in the very center. And this is speaking to the war and peace, just how it's a continuation. And in the center, you see a rocket, and then that's just like saying that with war and peace, that's how we can have innovation. And then the person off to the side is holding a sign that says "War over, peace at last." This is speaking to how there's lots of protesters and people who were against the war. And the Grateful Dead was, they were like hippies, and the people that followed them were hippies. So they were very much pro-peace and anti-war. And in this poster, you can see that it showed all the information, but the most visible information is the information that talks about where you can purchase the tickets and how much the tickets are. And then in the center, it tells you where it will be, but it's less clear. And now that we've talked about the Grateful Dead poster, we can talk about the Modest Mouse poster. So this poster is not a social commentary, but it still uses the rules of art, and there's a rule in art known as the rule of thirds, where you can take just any art and you can separate it into like a tic-tac-toe board, and it basically tells you that you shouldn't put the horizon directly in the center, and they put the horizon like above, right at the top third. And where the 2/3, or where a third would intersect both ways, is where the boat is. So that directs your attention there immediately, and then they use the lines in the water to create motion to go toward the bottom, and they use the full bottom third to put the wording. And the wording is blended with the water, so it's not really just plain text. If they would have used more like plain text, it would have looked very out of place. And now that we've talked about the Modest Mouse poster, we can talk about the Black Keys poster. This poster also takes advantage of the rule of thirds, and it places the Black Keys right at the very bottom third. And then from that, they build a pyramid of instruments, and then that directs your attention to the very top. And then the glasses that are on top are a representation of the drummer of the band. He wears the glasses, and they're just sitting on top of the drums. And then research shows that text that has tails, like on the black keys, it has tails on all the letters. That is a serif type of font, and then sans serif has no tails, like how the date is, and it's easier to read a sans serif font compared to a serif font. They put the information that they want to get across to you in the sans serif, like the date and where it's going to be. And the date is not the largest information in the poster, so it's they want you to read it, but they also want you to see that it's a Black Keys concert, not just when it's going to be. And they also put both hands on each side of the wagon to direct motion through the entire artwork. So now that we've talked about the Black Keys poster, that has been my speech on poster art in the culture of music. Today I showed you 3 posters, one of the Grateful Dead, which was a social commentary and had elements of art, and I showed you a Modest Mouse poster and a Black Keys poster, which just took advantages of elements of art, but were not social commentaries. Today I hope you have a better understanding of how art works and can be a social commentary. Thank you.